Heyo guys, I am Unroyal, your very below average track racer. We're in the Mustang Cobra from 2000. Now, we are at Kyalami. I think it's listening to Cardi B, so I think it's best not to ask where all this water is coming from. But anyways, I chose the Cobra because I actually had an '04 Mustang back in the day, and I figured, you know what, let's go ahead and relive those days as we go into turn 1. So far, not my best, but honestly, that's a rather tame first turn, if I do say so myself. Really not too many car accidents from what I've seen going into, what is this, turn 3 we're going into. Big Daddy Jones passing us, and we already have one dude quitting. Probably not able to control his car in the wet conditions. Going into this little carousel here, we start catching up to a pack here, right behind a Ferrari and Hobo for hire here in a Corvette. Big Daddy Jones causing him to be a little hard on the brakes and causing us to get right up Hobo's rear end there. My main focus on this is trying to get good, even though I recorded all these at about midnight my time, EST, for those that want to know, but either way, really shows what kind of racing you can find. It seems like all the cleaner races, well, I say that as an RX-7 puts a Corvette into the wall. Those two are probably going to duke it out for a while, so let's go ahead and skip ahead to when I get some really close racing going. And as I was saying, it seems like at night it's where all the cleaner racers come out to play, so could be just where I'm at, could be anything, who knows, it could just be a coincidence. Working second shift, I really don't have time to record these throughout the week, so doing it late at night is my go-to thing. As we lock up into a battle with Octane Ninja here in the Porsche. Now, we are in the wet conditions. He seems a little not so comfortable in the rain, or he's just playing it extra cautious, which good on him. As we go past the cheetah there, at least I think that's the cheetah. I never quite memorized the turns here in Kyalami. Anyways, I start catching up to the Porsche, Mr. Ninja here. But our cars are pretty evenly matched. He does have a more cornering ability, where I have a high speed on him as I get around him during first turn, but I do miss my braking point, along with locking up the brakes right there due to the wet conditions, where he's going to take it up on the inside. Pretty good move on his part. And I gotta say, this was actually a really good race between the two of us, so honestly, Octane, if you're watching, dude, you're a hell of a driver, man. I'm giving you props here, man. As we go on the straightaway, going into the carousel here. Had to take a drink of something. My throat was getting a little dry already, but anyways, going into this left-hander here, I do give him a love tap there, a little late on the brakes, but luckily he doesn't really mess with his race too much, and neither of us really get a penalty for it. Good thing the marshals on the Overwatch for the race aren't very corrupt, if you ask me. So anyways, going into the hairpin, I decided to stay on the inside. It's not going to really do us much good here. Getting right behind Ninja here. Tugging up right behind him. Trying to get him to make a mistake, even though I go and spin the tires right then and there. Hope for hire right behind us, though. He does have almost 3.5 seconds in penalties, though. So we got to keep that in mind. Going into whatever turn this is. I honestly don't know. I'm going to call it the Puma here. It's probably completely wrong, but that's what I'm going to call it as we catch up to the cheetah. Almost causing Ninja to make a mistake. He does outwit us, though. I do tap him on behind, though. He does get a little hard on the brakes. I do take advantage of it, even though I probably should have let him keep the position there, but either way, Hobo does get around us. He does have that 3-second penalty, however, so as long as we stay relatively close to him. We should have his position there. He does take it way too wide, though. Me and Ninja, I think Ninja gets around us both, but okay, never mind. Hobo does keep it there, but Ninja, he gets around me on the inside. Really ballsy move from him. He executed that move perfectly, though, with precision. Again, Ninja, hell of a driver, man. Lots of props. Great race, in case I can't say that enough. And of course, if you're watching this, yeah, I think you owe me a like, but we'll just leave that as is. Coming into this left-hander here. Start really reeling in Ninja here, though, although this is where I start making mistakes. I'm trying to get better at the game every day, and it seems like my goal is not going very well. At least I don't spin it here, but getting right behind Octane Ninja, trying to go up on the outside here. Braking early in an attempt to go for the cutback, hopefully making it to where I get around him, but I get on the gas way too soon. Start wheel spinning, start to drift, trying not to spin the car out whatsoever. Going into the Puma here, I start catching up to him, but I do take it a little wide. I was a little late on the brakes there. Straighten out the car for some reason, don't know why, but going into the Cheetah here, last few turns. At this point, just trying to keep up with a Hobo for hire in front of us. He's got 3 seconds there. I mess up this corner here, trying to get around Ninja here. Took that way too deep, getting across the line. Let's see here. Did we? Yes, we got around Hobo, so we did gain a position at the very least. Let's move on to the next race. Alright, we're taking the Mustang over to Catalonia. I'm pretty much going to be using this Mustang for the rest of the video, guys, so I'm not even going to tell you what car I'm using. It's literally just going to be this. And this race is easily in my top 3 races of all time, just because of how clean, how much fun it truly was. Scared Coma in the Trans Am, he's shooting up on the inside, showing that raw horsepower. Again, a turn 1 that doesn't go completely insane. Turn 2, though, I do get a little love tap from H. Barber there. He does knock 3 of us off the track, though, right then and there. Going and apologizing for it, though. I guess instead of subjecting him to 4 hours of Nickelback on repeat, I'll just make him listen to Taylor Swift instead. Going into, what is this, turn 4. Catching up to Scared Coma, making the pass around him. Doesn't seem like he can corner all that well, but he does have raw horsepower as he shoots up on the inside, along with Rabbit Rock Rabbit. Seems like these guys have a pretty good grip tunes, but going into, what is this, turn 7. Rabbit cutting the corner there. Doesn't really matter, though. I managed to make the job happen by getting around him. Now on to Hack Attack, going in on the inside, taking this corner a lot tighter than I normally would. There I go, getting around him, showing that raw horsepower. Catching up to H. Barber, he thought he could knock us off the track, but I showed to catch up as Hack Attack goes for a dive. Doesn't matter, the cutback solidifies my 11th position. Going into this little, I guess, a hairpin. I'm not quite sure what turn number this is. I should really memorize that one of these days. As I catch up to H. Barber here. And we're almost on the straight away. He does block my path a little bit. Got to go on the brakes. I normally take that corner a little faster. Sticking in his draft, though, I decided to show him what horsepower really looks like. Making it known that VTEC will never beat raw horsepower any day of the week. But anyways, going into turn 1, Missouri JJ taking it way too fast. Going off course, easy 9th place position. Next, my sights are on Harriman, and let's go ahead and take a 100 shot of nitrous, where we catch up to this really tight race between me and Harriman. Now, he is in the Corvette Stingray, the newer one with the mid-engine. And that thing is pretty much built for racing, so he's in a pre-built car, while I'm in a blast from the past muscle car in a weird way. In fact, I'm pretty sure the Corvette these days classifies as more of an exotic hypercar versus a muscle car back in the day. But anyways, catching up to him on this little hairpin, he does block my path pretty well. Seemingly losing traction though, probably a little too hard on the gas right away. I try to take this on the outside, doesn't matter, his acceleration is way too good coming out of that turn. Going into these final few corners here, I try to just stay in his draft as of right now. He does have 2 seconds in penalties, 2 1/4 to be exact, so at this point we are on a drag race, and I do have a little bit of acceleration here, but what he has is top end speed, so little contact there. I'm trying to get back behind him on the draft, but doesn't really mess with anyone's race here. He does take the turn a little too fast. Blocks my path though, so I gotta brake there. Going into turn 3 here, he's kind of slow around here, so I have a feeling this is where I'm gonna have to try and make up a lot of my time here. Try and take it a little tighter just to try and get around him. Doesn't work out in my favor at all. Going into turn 4 here, trying to keep that strategy going. Again, he has 2 seconds in penalties, but I do want to get around him in the end. Turn 5, on the other hand, we got H. Barber right behind me, really showing that he's got one hell of a grip tune in his GT Honda Civic. Finally getting the job done here at, I think, turn 6 is what it is. Trying to get to, I think this would classify as turn 8. I could be mistaken, though. Once I get around here, yeah, I start pulling away by the looks of it, so we're going to go ahead and skip ahead. We got a Varsago here. This is near the end of the race. He was like 5 seconds ahead of me beforehand, so I figured, you know what, let's try and close the gap as best I can. Got him down to a second, 0.9. Let's see if we can reel him in. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen, but in the end, I did gain 3 positions, so I can't really complain. So with that being said, let's go on to the final race of the video. Alright guys, to finish this video off, we are at Daytona. Now this race was fun, but rather uneventful, if that makes sense. So to start things off, we got a Ferrari turning into a pong ball, forced to take his Ferrari brother out, where I almost get taken out by Mitsubishi 9 in a Lexus. That's a bit of a crazy bit, if you ask me. Going into the little S-bend here, trying to get up into this hairpin, where the Honda gets forced off the track, comes back at an awkward angle, taking me out. I lose about 2 positions, maybe 3, I'm not 100% sure. Wasn't really paying attention to that. But going into this light left-hander, as I'd like to call it, we start making up ground. I brake a little earlier here, where a blue Cadillac comes out of nowhere from the inside, almost taking me out. Honda slowing me down. Another BMW kind of slowing me down as well. While I go into this next hairpin, I get tapped on the rear while Chad there almost takes out wrecked life. I get tapped by that Cadillac again. I'm kind of concerned whether he actually knows how to drive or not. But anyways, going into the Daytona wide bend, I start catching up to the Honda here. I almost lose it trying to get around them. Making our way to the bus stop chicane here. Now, honestly, my only object I can use is that green light there. Not sure if you guys noticed it, but when it comes to braking zones, that's the only thing that I can really refer to when it comes to hitting the brakes. I'm not sure if there's any other landmark on this track. If there's anything that you guys see, please let it be known in the comments down below. I will gladly take any help I could get in the attempt to get better at this game. But going into the finally get somehow first turn of the race. I'm so focused on trying to catch up to this Ferrari. I completely missed my braking point, accidentally take him off. I felt really bad about that little half-assed ram. I do apologize, and I do give him his position back, as I don't want to take the position that way. Racing dirty is not really something I want to do on a day-to-day basis, so if I end up ramming you off the road, I'll most likely give it to you, especially if it's completely by accident. But here, we do catch up to him. I get around him cleanly this time. That is what we are about. So we're going to go ahead and skip ahead to where a little more action happens. Now, I held this position pretty well until I completely missed my braking point and decide, you know what, I haven't gotten my daily take of rubber yet, or tire O's, as old tires likes to call it. So now I get to be in a battle with Tarts Brewer here. Now, don't forget, he seemingly does not know how to drive, and he's got 3/10 of a penalty, so I think it's just a matter of trying to catch up to him and stay within that gap of penalties, as I'd like to call it, and we do have a full lap to do it. Actually, at this point, about a lap and a half, if I look at it a little deeper, but as of right now, though, even though I do have handling on his car, and I actually know how to drive my ride, he does pretty much have top speed on me at this point, so you'll see here, he starts pulling away. He's a little over 2 seconds ahead, but we do got the bus stop chicane to really keep in mind, where he does go off track twice there. He does do a little drift there. This is where I get around him the first time. I have acceleration on him as of right now. He seems like he has mainly a top speed tune and almost nothing else. And going into this next to final turn, honestly, I'm not too sure how you count this one, but he does reel us back in, going into what might be turn 1, what might be turn 2. Who knows? But I do not make that. I don't miss my braking point. Holy crap! If I can speak. Going into it this time, I don't want to take this guy out, even though he can't really drive, and he's probably going to make a mistake to give me the position anyways. And just like that, he does start slipping away. I try to get around him. His rear end catches me, puts me into a wall. He stays off the track where he gets a penalty. And that's pretty much going to be the race, guys. And it's also going to be it from me. If you liked the video, please be sure to show it by hitting that like button. Maybe subscribe. Maybe comment down below. Let me know how much of a bad driver I truly am. And I hope to see you guys next time. Catch you in the next one.